Last slide. Should we use an internal data center or an external data center? Everybody's different. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. Everybody's different. We've worked with hospitals that had a second hospital that was 60 miles away. They had redundant fiber running to that hospital. They owned the land. They had water. They already had power and generators. It made a lot of sense to just build a secondary data center on that land. We worked with other people that have no secondary data center. There's no place really for sale there. They don't own any land. They're going to have to buy a plot of land. They're going to have to go through site surveys. They're going to have to engineer it, design it, architect it, build it, and it's going to take them 18 months to get it all finished. Probably doesn't make sense to do that. You're better off to go external, right? So the decision, my point behind this is there's people are going to tell you, oh, everybody's going external and you should go to colo and you should do this. Yeah, it fits sometimes. You know, it still fits the build sometimes. Another one that I'll tell you that's very useful here is if you have a production data center and you haven't made updates to it in a long time, anybody in that situation? You've got old age equipment, few people, okay? That production data center might be great as your DR site, okay? So let's say you have a campus environment and that data center is on your campus environment where most of your employees and your IT people are and your application people are and you're running it there. Well, maybe instead of upgrading that facility for what we need for production, let's keep it, and it could even be a lower tier 1 facility or a tier 2 facility. It doesn't have to be tier 3 for DR. And let's get it for DR and let's move our production externally. So guess what? If we lose everything at the main campus, we're not in trouble because we have an external data center. We can access it remotely. If the external data center gets hit, what's our biggest issue of getting it up and running? Resources and people and having it where we are. Well, if it's on your campus, your people are already there. Your family issue is not an issue now if your DR site is at your production campus. Okay? So that's something to think about. If you've got an aging data center, maybe it might be better, you need to go through the analysis financially, it might be better to turn that aging data center into your DR site and then build up your new and an external site. And you can life cycle that over 2 or 3 years, by the way. You don't just have to just pick, you know, you don't move things physically today, ideally in a data center move. You virtualize it and you swing it all over. You can bring up that other facility and you can build it out over time, as an example. So that one hospital I mentioned that had a place 60 miles away and we built a data center, it started out as the DR site. Well, after a year or two of being in this new DR site, they realized that they're having downtime with their old one. They flipped it. That's now becoming their production site, and they're building all the production in here, and the old one's becoming the DR site because the new one's more reliable. So think about that when you're thinking about data center options. Don't just discard, I got to throw a data center away. I got to go do it.